Hi everyone. So starting this week, we will do the lecture online, so remotely. Um, I think when we're doing remote, it's very important. You need a schedule. Okay, how to start the course. This is very important because right now we don't force you have to come to the class and we just post the video on the YouTube. You need to check, okay, give yourself a time. For example, every Monday morning, every Monday, Wednesday, Friday morning, I have to read a book, watch the video, do the lab assignment. Okay, so it doesn't mean okay if we have three videos, you can say okay, I so on a Friday, I'm gonna watch all three videos. Okay, it's not so learning is a progress. Okay, this progress you have to step by step. Okay, it doesn't mean okay. I give a very big cake to you. You say okay. I don't have to eat like today. I gonna eat them at an expiration date. Okay, totally. It's not a good idea, right? When you're gonna eat all the cake at one day. So if the best way, okay, every day you eat like one piece cake. After 7 days later, you just finish all the cake. The experience is very different, right? Every day one piece, you feel comfortable. One day 7 piece, you make you don't want eat cake again, right? It's the same thing. So make sure you watch the video, okay? Maybe one for one day, then you rest to do some work, homework, read some book. It's very important. Okay, so back to the exam. I think in the exam right now, everyone's progress is good. Okay, one of the third students got um, above the B of this exam. The result is good. Most of you review the lecture very well, and you realize most of the questions come from lectures, right? So please make sure you go over the lectures. Okay, this is very important. Then in the following weeks, I will give the lab assignment and introduce a very simple data structure to prepare for next semester. Okay, so right now I just give some, I think some question you probably still confused. So I will demonstrate the solution, how I think and how get the solution. Okay, so this is a question I want to know how many like maximum block I will execute, right? So this one will test you whether you understand the pair with else, the dangling, right? What is the if else? What's the if statement? What's if else, right? So let's do this one quickly. So for this one, so since we know if can be one statement, right? If you say one of the else if, they have to pair with the previous if statements, right? So this one could be this, this, this. So after index 5, there's no else statements, which means there's 5 as one block to execute, right? Then you have an if statement. When you if statements, there's one else, so they have to be paired. Okay, so here is if, you have if else, and you have if else. Okay, at this point you have else statement, which means this one have to pair with this one, right? So here So then you have if statement. The next if statement is a long if statement. So they go over one statement, right? And this is go over this one, right? They have if, if statement, and this else should be included in the if statement 17, right? They have if else, if. Okay, then you count how many blocks there. Okay, then you give me block 1 is from 1 to 8, block 2 is from 6 to 7, block 3 is 8 to 11, 4 is 12, 5 is this 13 to 14. Okay, so I let you guys count. Okay, so next question. So this question will, you need to know what's the method equal and what's the double sign, equal sign. Okay, what's the difference? Okay, then you should know what is compared to. Okay, what's the result you will return. Then we'll test you what is object. Okay, so this is very important. So, if I so in a class I give the example. So we need a picture about memory space in a computer, right? So each time you create object, so this is object, which is point to the B1, right? You have another object in the different place, which is B2, and the B3 is over there, B4. Okay, so once you do that, so next line, they say, okay, we want to assign the B1 to B2, which means B2 will share same objects with B1. Okay, so which means B2 will go over here, right? So which means right now it's over there. Okay, then we have another one, B2 assigned to the B5. What that mean? So B5 will share same object with B2. So right now B2 is over there, right? So we point to the B5, to the same objects. Okay, so right now their objects, there's nothing to point to. Okay, and the B1 to B1, B2, B5 point to the same object, and the B3, B4, they all has unique object. Okay, then we can just compare. So when we compare B3 and B4 using the equal, it means we need to compare the value. Okay, so B3 is over, the value is over there, B4 value there. So we first compare the value. Okay, this is true, right? And this is different. Okay, so which means right now they have to end, right? They have to return, it will return false, right? So it's false. Okay, so the second one we get a name. So the first value will be name. Okay, so what's the B2 right now? So the B2's value is equal to B1, so which is Java first, right? Then you compare with Java second. Obviously, this is false, right? Then B4, so right now we want to kind of equal, to check whether B4 is equal to none. So right now B4 to point to one of the object, so which means this is true, right? It's not none. Okay, it's not empty. Okay, so this is true. All right, then we do the B2 compare with C sharp. So B2 is right now B2 is Java, right? The name is Java first. You compare with C, okay? So it's capital J with capital C, okay? If you still know the Unicode, okay, from A to Z, okay, it's Z always, you know, larger than A. Okay, so right now J is larger than C, right? So once you add the large, the number will be positive, right? This one obviously is larger more than one, right? So this is true. Okay, then you have B1 with B3, B1 with B5. That's equal. Okay, right now we need to compare with the object. Okay, they point to the same object. When you go back to this one, yes, it is. B1, B2, B5 point to the same object. Okay, so this is true. How about B3? B3 is equal to none? No, because B3, they point to here. Okay, so it's false. How about B1 with B4? B1 is not equal to B4. Yes, B1 points to here, and the B4 point to here, right? So this is true. Then we get this one. So B3 equal to the B3's name equal to B4's name. Okay, so we check the name. C sharp, C sharp. Okay, they are equal. Okay, so think you understand this part already. Okay, so let's go next one.